Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, Ma'am. My report is developing motivating materials for good children from theory to practice. Challenge of the context. The national curriculum. The school operated by UNRW and Lebanon follows the Lebanon's national curriculum and have the traditionally used the national textbook. The curriculum is ambiguous with the term of academic competence used throughout. Emphasis is placed on developing skills that enable to students to communicate effectively in subject matters area in general and mathematics and science in particular. Paraphrase events in a story. Estimate similarities and different among characters' feeling and action in a story. Express empathy. Other distinguish between different characters, motives, literacy, genres, plots. At the time of this writing, a new curriculum draft has been produced, but the new learnings out some are still very ambiguous. So, we have two target competencies as a goal for grade 1. Competence 1. Communicate oral in 1 minute using simple, coherent, appropriate language to narrate events, describe person and things, and participate in discussion in reference to give document, read, heard, and viewed, relate to real life or imaginary. Ito yung competence 1. Ito naman yung parang i-relate mo siya sa isang buhay, totoong buhay or imaginary lang. Example, may na-imagine ka. So, i-relate mo siya sa totoong buhay. Ganun. The competence 2. Produce a short piece of writing of 3 to 5 simple, coherent sentence about people, daily life, experience, or observations in reference to a document, read, heard, or viewed, relate to real life or imaginary situation, using suitable language, appropriate vocabulary and grammatical structures. Ito yung competence 2 naman. Ito naman yung example dito yung paggawa mo ng diaries. Diba kasi pag gumagawa tayo ng diaries, parang susulatin natin kung ano yung nangyari sa ating buong araw, kung ano yung na-experience natin, nakita natin, narinig natin, yung ganun. Lahat isusulat mo dun kung ano nangyari sa'yo buong araw. So, example sa kanya, diary or journal, ganun. Another contributing factors we have been the rather limited scope and sequence of the available global course book, which have little or no focus on explicit teaching of reading and writing, and thus would not help children develop academic literacy in English. Dito, diba, parang hindi nakakatulong yung pagbabasa at pagsusulat ng isang bata. By grade 5, children in UNRW schools must also access some general curriculum subject in English, with mathematics and science being heavily emphasized in the national curriculum as indicated by means. So, ayun, grade 5. Siyempre, pag grade 5 ka na mga bata, dapat i-access na yung mga ilang subject, katulad ng English, katulad ng math, ganun, para pagdating ng susunod na year nila or grade, parang may konti na silang kaalaman or background dun sa subject na yun. The internet could provide rich, interesting, and fun exposure to English, but it is beyond the reach of average camp children for 2 main reasons. So, may 2 main reasons tayo. First, while While most UNRWA schools have internet connection, Lebanon suffer from serious power shortage with electricity supply in many areas available only for a few hours. So yung parang kapag ka nagkaroon ng internet connection yung school na yon, parang maghihirap yung Lebanon kasi parang kulang sila sa supply ng kuryente. Kulang sila sa mga supply. Yung second naman, most refugee families can't afford internet subscription, and even those cannot afford connecting to the available private power supplier in the of government electricity. Another good source of additional English input could be obtained through extensive breeding. Refugee living condition. Lebanon is the only Arab country that treats Palestinian refugees as a foreigner as regards employment and proper ownership. According to the Lebanon's labor law, Palestinians are varied causes, access to 30 syndicated professions such as medicine, pharmacy, engineering, dentist, and teaching, among others. Some of those occupations can be exercised within the confines of the campus and the university system, but opportunities are limited. At the time of this writing, UNRWA administers 74 schools in Lebanon, only 6 at them secondary school. So yun, parang sa 74 na school sa Lebanon, 6 lang yung meron silang secondary. Enrolling student population of 3,000 commit for employment of Palestinian refugees in Lebanon 2011. The school, most of which were built in 1950s and 1960s, are in disrepair with overcrowded classroom. So yung parang doon, yung school parang maliit pa lang. Maliit, hindi kasya yung mga estudyante. Puno, ganun. Criteria for successful language learning materials. A number of criteria have been proposed for evaluating language teaching. Richard Amano proposed the materials should reflect topics that are interested and relevant in learners, present meaningful and logical, discourage focus on meaningful, integrate the four language skill, provide simple recycling of concept and gradually increase in difficulty. Sean 2012 point out the primary school language teaching materials must take into account the holistic development for young learners who is still developing not only linguistical but also cognitive and psychosociologically. Motivating and learning. In a position of the Association for Education International, Halong 2007, stressed the profound influence motivating and interesting have on academic achievement, while accounting for diverse individual interested for children may be difficult in the context of a textbook intended to serve thousands of children situation interested. According to the interesting holistic texts are easy to currents, present novels, usual or with high level community. Developing new textbook, assessment of the old textbook, and user focus. The discussion revealed the National English Language Textbook where the appropriate for two main. So, may two main ulit tayo. First, the textbook were too difficult, being heavy, reading focus, and assuming 2 or 3 years of English instruction in preschool. So, dito parang kapag parang mahirap intindihan ng isang textbook, sa sobrang hirap, parang mas aabot ito ng 2 or 3 years sa preschool. Second, the topic and concept in the textbook were identified as too far removed from their children's life experience to be meaningful and motivating. Moreover, the new materials would not only need to be more motivating and bridge the gap resulting from the curriculum assumed the preschool education. Dito naman, parang kailangan kapag expert focus group, a group composed for 2 universal teacher and LTA consult and primary school teacher familiar with the learning and living condition of refugee camp children, examine the national textbook and teachers guides the grade 1 or 2 and 3. Learner attention and motivating. One of the key considered in the drafting the new materials was how to get readers' attention and engage them in the situation. Situational interest, novelty, and science of the language in the initial stage are achieved. With the inclusion of big book stories set in familiar context and featuring high contextualized language and repetitive repairs. So, dito kung ikaw, isang teacher ka, syempre, magbibigay ka na topic na parang interesado or relate sa mga bata. For example, yung big book nga na sinasabi, yung big book na po, siya, syempre, pag bata ka, tapos nakakita sila ng big book, dapat yung niloloob nun, may mga pictures at, word. Yung pictures, may mga color, ganon. Yung big book na yon, mga story siya ng mga animal, para, magkaroon ng interest yung mga bata, para makinig sa'yo. Choral reading, songs, games, for use of puppets and grammatization will provide a high level of activity during the class lesson. Siyempre, doon naman, para maging para mas, masaya habang nag-aaral. Yung tipong, masaya ka, masaya bilang bata na magkaroon sila ng guro na nagpapalaro, yung nagpapakita ng puppet, syempre, nagpapa-activity ng mga dramatization, ganun. Para sa bata, masaya yun. Learners' confidence. To build learners' confidence, teachers are encouraged to follow the natural approach stage. So, dito naman, para magkaroon ng confidence yung mga learners, syempre, bilang teacher, hindi mo sila ida-down. Hindi mo sila ida-down na kasi ganito lang sila. Syempre, kung teacher ka, dapat ikaw din, magbibigay ka din ng confidence. Parang tutulungan mo rin sila na magka-confidence. Hindi lang sila yung gano'n. Tutulungan mo rin kung paano sila magkaroon ng confidence sa sarili nila, paano sila magkaroon ng confidence sa bawat presenting ng mga reports, activities, gano'n. Yun lamang po. Thank you.